I know that in this room, and for those listening from afar, there are souls exhausted from trying to be strong. There are unspoken cries. There are why questions where the answer seems to be the silence of heaven. Perhaps you've felt the weight of unanswered prayers, the burden of a world that feels out of control, or the quiet longing for a profound purpose in your pain. It's easy to feel utterly alone in these moments, convinced that no one truly understands the depth of your unique spiritual journey. But I want us to discover a liberating truth together. God doesn't demand a happy song when our hearts are broken. He hands us a hymn book, and within it are the very notes of lament. He offers a safe space for your raw, unedited emotions, even those tinged with confusion or a sense of smallness. We won't shy away from these difficult feelings. Instead, we will learn to transform our very sighs into a prayer, a genuine melody before the Lord. My heart goes out to all who are silently hurting. You are not forgotten, and your pain is acknowledged. Now, having acknowledged the initial dissonant notes of our pain, let's explore how the Psalms, specifically Psalm 24, lift our hearts to the majestic and authoritative nature of God. This psalm serves as a powerful reminder that the earth is the Lord's and everything in it. It speaks to God's ultimate sovereignty and his rightful claim over all creation. In moments of doubt, or when we feel overwhelmed by the chaos of the world, Psalm 24 calls us to remember who truly holds all power and authority, the King of Glory. It encourages us to approach him with clean hands and a pure heart, prepared to receive his blessings and experience his presence. Unchanging promise. Psalm 24, verse 1, NIV. The earth is the Lord's, and everything in it, the world, and all who live in it. This verse is a foundational truth, affirming God's absolute ownership and control over all things. It reminds us that even our struggles exist within his grand design, story of overcoming. Consider King David, who penned many psalms, including this one. Despite his many battles and personal failings, he always returned to the fundamental truth of God's sovereignty, acknowledging him as the rightful king. This perspective empowered him to face daunting challenges with courage. Step of faith. This week, when you encounter something that seems overwhelming, pause and declare Psalm 24, 1 aloud, remembering that God is ultimately in control of all things, even that very situation. As we transition from the grand declaration of God's sovereignty to the comforting embrace of his personal protection, let's turn to Psalm 91, a magnificent anthem of God's unwavering shield over our lives. If Psalm 24 reminded us of the King's vast dominion, Psalm 91 is the reassuring melody of his intimate care and sanctuary for his children. Have you ever yearned for a secure dwelling, a place where you are absolutely safe from life's perils, a haven from unseen dangers and overwhelming anxieties? This psalm promises just that, a dwelling place under the Almighty's shadow, a fortress against every threat, seen and unseen. It speaks directly to our intrinsic need for safety and peace in a world that often feels precarious. Unchanging promise. Psalm 91, verse 4, NIV. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. This beautiful imagery assures us of God's tender and formidable protection. Like a mother bird sheltering her young, God provides a secure refuge, a place where no harm can ultimately reach those who dwell in him. Story of overcoming. Think of the many who have faced global pandemics, natural disasters, or immense personal dangers, they found strength not in their own might, but in clinging to the promises of Psalm 91. Believing in God's steadfast watch over them, they experienced peace amidst chaos, knowing they were held securely in His hands. Even when the world around them crumbled. Step of faith. When you feel overwhelmed by fear or danger, take a moment to visualize God covering you with His wings and declare Psalm 91, verse 4, aloud as a personal prayer for protection and peace, trusting in His unfailing presence. Having explored both the majestic sovereignty of God in Psalm 24 and the secure embrace of His protection in Psalm 91, we now transition from the initial notes of humility and recognition of God's greatness to a powerful crescendo of unwavering trust and triumphant proclamation. The journey through these Psalms isn't about ignoring our fears or pretending they don't exist. Instead, it's about channeling those fears and uncertainties into a profound dialogue with our Creator, allowing His truth to slowly retune our hearts. It's realizing that because God is the sovereign King and our faithful protector, we can approach Him with confidence, anticipating His deliverance and celebrating His victory in our lives. Perhaps you've begun to feel a subtle shift in your spirit, a growing whisper of courage, where there was once only apprehension, unchanging promise. Psalm 24 verse 7. NIV, lift up your heads, you gates, be lifted up, to you ancient doors, that the King of Glory may come in. This verse is a powerful call to prepare our hearts for the entrance of the King of Glory, assuring us that He desires to come into our lives and situations with His power and majesty. It's an invitation to anticipate His triumphant arrival. Story of overcoming. Think of Joshua leading the Israelites into the promised land, faced with impenetrable walls. They lifted their voices in praise, and the walls came down. This act of faith, in humility before God's power, led to a great triumph, showcasing that the King of Glory indeed comes in when invited. Step of faith today. When you face a seemingly insurmountable obstacle, imagine it as an ancient door and declare Psalm 24 verse 7 aloud, inviting the King of Glory to come in and demonstrate His power. We have journeyed together through the initial dissonant notes of pain and uncertainty, lifted our gaze to the majestic King in Psalm 24, sought refuge under the protective wings of Psalm 91, and moved towards a steadfast declaration of trust and triumphant proclamation. This journey through the Psalms is a testament to God's willingness to meet us exactly where we are, transforming our fragmented melodies into a powerful symphony of healing and hope. You have recognized the sovereignty of your Creator, embraced the security of His protection, and found a pathway to renewed strength and courageous purpose. Declaration of hope. No matter what the melody of my life may be, I still believe You are the conductor. Even if I cannot see the light, I still believe You are my song. Lord, You are my strength, and You are my psalm. I invite you to come to the Lord, allowing Him to reharmonize your soul and grant you His profound peace. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May He lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace. May you find renewed strength, abiding peace, and a fresh song of hope that rises above every circumstance, knowing that the King of Glory desires to dwell within you and lead you in triumph.